Hello everybody, it's Jordi Tarré from Prodigi restaurant in Barcelona, and today I'm bringing you a dish that is quite special for us, that is the rabbit in escabeche. Escabeche is a way of cooking and preserving meats, vegetables that we do a lot in Spain. It's similar to a pickle liquid, but it's with a touch that is a bit different. All right, after the ribs that we have them in here are already clean, we made it. We will go with the ballotin. For the ballotin, we already deboned it, as you've seen before. Before going to the folding, we need to do the filling of the ballotin, okay? So what we're gonna do first of all is we're gonna take one leg of rabbit. This is quite simple, you just need to go through the last section of the bone. Put your knife down, follow the knife, and then you go with the knife inside. And like this, knife up, put all the meat down, and then you look for the joint, as you can see it here. Where is the joint? You just go with your knife, and then end it, and it will pop out. So here we have this cleaned up. With this meat is gonna be enough for what we're gonna need now. We change our knife and then we're gonna chop all this meat. We could use a Thermomix or something like to make a more smooth inside. I prefer to feel a bit the meat when we are eating. So we're gonna cut it just a bit and then we're gonna dice it fine. Make sure that you are doing all the time same cuts. You need to go faster or slower, doesn't matter. The important is that the result is good enough and you are happy with. So we're having this. All right. So with this amount, for 2 ballotines will be enough. This should be like 20 grams of rabbit. So we're taking one container, one bowl. We're putting, so we have the meat of the rabbit, and then we're gonna use a bit of beef, minced beef, same amount, more or less, with a bit of pork fat as well. I would say that it's 20 grams of rabbit, 20 grams of beef with pork fat. Then we're gonna put a bit of onion that it's been poached, caramelized and everything, since we're having a consistency like that. We're gonna put like 5 grams of this onion. Then we're gonna put 5 more grams of pistachios. We're gonna put a pinch of ras al hanout. We're gonna put a pinch of cumin. And then as well, here we have some dried prunes that we're gonna soak with a bit of Oporto and brandy. We need to leave them for about 20 to 30 minutes to make them hydrate with all the alcohols, and then we're gonna chop them to put inside. All right, so when the prunes are soaked, we put them in here. For this amount, I would say as well, like 20 grams of prunes. Basically, we just slice them. As I said before, on the filling is more up on your choice. I prefer to, like, when you are eating it, see and have some pieces, but I don't like they are very big when you are eating. So we're gonna put this in. I would say that this is enough. So now, as well, the soaking liquid, so the Oporto and the brandy, we're gonna put a bit of that as well inside, like 6-7 milliliters maximum. And on here, season it, very important. You can use coarse salt or you can use fine salt. And then you can do it with a spoon, or in my way, I prefer to do it with a glove. That is always more easy to see if the texture is all right, and it's how we want it. So you bring down all the mixture. Mix it well. As well, you can cut the pistachios if you want. In my way, I prefer to don't cut them. I prefer to have them whole, and when you are eating it, you find it. That will give an extra part of flavor on the recipe. Okay, so we have the filling done. Have to look something like that. And from here, we remove the glove and we're gonna put this on the side. We need a bit of a space, so that's why I'm taking the chopping board out. And then we're gonna take the ballotines. And first thing that we are going to do is remove a bit of the loin. Always remember to don't throw nothing, because all these trimmings we're gonna use it for the stock, or you can either use it to make a rabbit bolognese. That actually is a very good idea that we could do in another video if you want. When you're having it this like that, I'm gonna remove just a tiny bit more. We finish to trim out a bit, and then on that part, with this piece, that quite here is flat and it's quite heavy, what you're gonna do is in the part of the belly, you're gonna put that like this and press it, infuse it to make the belly larger. Alright, like this. Following, what we're gonna do is open it, trim the sides to make it straight and perfect, and then we're gonna put a bit of salt, and we're gonna put our filling in here. Don't put too much filling, just enough. As I said, the filling that we made is for 2 ballotines, so you can see it. from here, when you have this like that, you just simply need to fold it and go like this. And go like this. Then you have a rounded and perfect ballotin. So here we have the ballotin, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a bit of salt in it, just to make sure everything is perfectly seasoned. And here we have a leaf of hispi cabbage that we blanch it for 15-20 seconds, and we remove the bottom part that is with all the nerve and everything, and we leave this part. Basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna stand this like that. We're gonna measure more or less, and then we're gonna cut like this. I take out this, take out from here, and then we're gonna just leave the amount of cabbage that we actually are needing. We put the part that we close at the rabbit, always make sure that it's on the middle, and then we just straight the cabbage and then fold it down. When you get there, you just trim the bottom part, and that's it. You have the ballotin done. Next step, we're gonna take cling film. We're gonna put the cling film in here, spread it out, make sure that the surface is clean, and then we're gonna put it like this. Make sure that this is perfectly done. We put it here. We put the cling film. Just make it straight. And pressure the cling film down. Make sure there is no air bubbles. If there is anyone and you see it, just with a knife, make sure you make some dots. And then continue to stretch all the ballotin. We cut. Remove the air. Cut the edges. And then we just put this down. And like this, you have the ballotin. What we're gonna do with the ballotin now is we're gonna put this ballotin to steam at 70 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes until the inside is on the perfect temperature. That will be probably like 55, 57 degrees. And as well, this part of the rabbit doesn't need more time than this. Between 12 and 15 minutes is enough to cook the ballotin. All right, so the ballotin already cooked this 12 to 15 minutes. In this case, it's been 12 minutes. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna open the cling film now. As this cook that we give to the ballotin, what basically made is help to keep the shape of the ballotin. So what we're gonna do now is, well, and obviously cook it. What we're gonna do now is open it, remove the ballotin, and then in this container, you can use another one. I like this one. We're gonna put the ballotin in, and then we're gonna take the escabeche that is already been 12 hours marinating and everything. and we're gonna put it inside to finish to cook this ballotin with all the vegetables and everything. As you can see, the ballotin is completely covered with the escabeche. And what we're gonna do now is this, we're gonna bring to boil, we're gonna put it in the oven at 120, 130 degrees until the liquid is boiling. After, we're gonna remove it and we're gonna leave it on the fridge for 12 more hours. Like this, the escabeche, what's gonna do to the ballotin is to give all this flavor inside, and then we're gonna make the recipe of rabbit in escabeche that is very traditional in Spain. All right, so here we're having the ballotin that it's been with the escabeche for 12 hours more or less, and it's already cooked. Here we are having the ribs that we cleaned before. I just put a bit of salt, and here we have some gyros. First of all, we're gonna take a pan. We're gonna sear the ribs on one side. The pan needs to be hot, but not very, very hot. It just needs to be the part of Maya that we are wondering, and that's it. All right, now we check a bit more. As well, you don't want to overcook the ribs. They cook very fast, so you don't want to overcook them. It's good that you go checking all the time. Just a bit more. That's it, we close the induction. And what we're gonna do now is, on the other side that we didn't cook, we're gonna go to the barbecue. We're gonna put it in top. And we're gonna put a bit of rosemary. And slowly this rosemary with the coal will start heating up and giving this aroma to the ribs. In the meantime, this is doing, what we're gonna do is, again, we're gonna take now the gyros. We're gonna put them down, bit of salt. You don't need to put more oil than the one that you use for the ribs. The ribs should stay here for, let's say, about 30 seconds to 1 minute, more or less, maximum. But it's better that you go checking to don't overcook it. You don't want to overcook the gyros as well. We put a pinch of salt. In the other hand, we're gonna take the ballotin. We're gonna take it out. As you can see, the color of the cabbage changed because of the vinegar and everything. We have the gyros. We're gonna put them here for later on the plating up. We go here, bit more of oil, just a bit. And now we're gonna give a bit of color to the ballotin. As well, don't put the pan too hot. You just want to sear it, give this Maillard taste, and that's it. Okay, the ribs, you can touch it. I would say just 10 more seconds. With the cabbage as well, be very careful. You don't want to leave it without color, but you don't want to like overcook it. Okay, we close the induction. And when you have this beautiful color in all the sides, you just remove it. end. Yes, this is done as well, with a very good smell to rosemary. And we are set up for the plating up. All right, so we're going with the final part of the dish, the one that you are waiting more. It's the plating up. This dish is in two sequences, so you're having more like the main dish, and then we're having a garnish that I'm gonna explain you now. So here we are having a parfait that we made with the livers of the rabbit. We put a bit of chicken liver as well. And we put some alcohol reduction, some shallots as well, some thyme, some rosemary, some garlic, and then we made the parfait. So that we're gonna put it in this vase. This vase is made with a bit of the rabbit stock and a bit of tapioca starch. Well, all of this, if you want the recipe, just leave it on the comments. We're gonna put it or make it for you. So we put in this tray, we're gonna plate up the parfait like this. Like you have it in all the tree, and then from here we're gonna put some circles of celeriac, raw celeriac, and truffle. Like this, always facing the guest. All right. After this, we're gonna put shallot that we pickle it with a bit of beetroot juice and some cider vinegar. We're gonna put it in here, facing as well. And as well, we're gonna put a bit of mustard seeds to give this part of bitter and as well at same time pickle. These ones we blanch it for 5 times, and then we just pickle it. We're gonna put it in between. All right, so here as well we made a wine reduction that we're gonna put some dots as well in between. To finish, we're gonna put some calendula, flowers of calendula. And that's it. This one, now we're gonna put it here. And we're gonna serve it like this on the side. All right, so we have the garnish of the dish, and now we're gonna set up our rabbit. On the beginning, as we made before, we have the escabeche sauce. We warm it up. We're gonna put it on the base of the dish. After this, we're gonna take a bit of the beef, of the rabbit, dark sauce, and we're gonna paint the ribs that we made before. And then, when we paint it, here we have amaranth seeds that we puffed like they were popcorns. So, in this, we're gonna take our ribs and we're gonna just put it down like this, coat it, ending up with a rib like that. With this, we go into the plate in here. After that, we're gonna take the ballotin. We're gonna put a bit of olive oil, a bit of salt, a bit of ground pepper on top. And we're gonna just plate that up. As well, now we're gonna take the girolles. We're gonna place them in here. We're gonna put one girolle as well here in top of the tree of the ballotin. And we're gonna put one more in here, like that. Always trying to keep the circle. On the other hand, we made these ribbons of celeriac that we sliced thin the celeriac, then we cut it and then we pickle it in a normal pickle liquid. If you want the recipe, just leave it on the comments, but it is just basically water, Chardonnay vinegar, salt and sugar. What we're gonna do in here is we're gonna tidy this up like that. And then we're gonna have a shape like that. On here, we're gonna put some leaves. This one is Sancho leaf. That is very electric flavor and goes very well with the rabbit. We're gonna put 3 of this one. Then we're gonna put some Elysium flower. We're gonna put that like this down there. We're gonna put purple Elysium and white Elysium. All right, and now that's set, we bring it to the plate with a lot of careful. And we're gonna just set it up in here, like this. We put back this flower. And that's it. Here we have the rabbit with escabeche, our interpretation of the rabbit with escabeche that we are serving here in Prodigi, in the restaurant. Alright, so now my favorite part of doing all this dish, that is gonna be the tasting. What we recommend to the guests always is to first take the skin, well, this skin that we're doing with tapioca, with the liver of the rabbit. It's a lot of umami taste in the mouth. The parfait is so strong, but gets very balanced with the mustard, with the shallot that is with the pickle, and the mustard, and the truffle and the celeriac. So yeah, I would say that this one always have to be first, and then let's taste this one. So here, I always recommend to taste the ballotin first. As you can see, with a bit of sauce. It's so tender, full of flavor, full of escabeche flavor because we cook it on that and been resting 12 hours. You feel it a lot on the meat. And that make it even more tender, the rabbit, that normally it's quite dry. Yeah, that part's so good. Now I'm doing it with knives, but as well, to the guests, we always recommend take your hands and enjoy it. So good. Yeah. And the celeriac at the end always helps to. Oh my god, I cannot take it. And the celeriac helps to clean all your mouth. Fatness and everything cleans very well. The celeriac at the end, it's helping a lot to clean all the fatness that you have of the escabeche. And yeah, it's working very good. Actually, this dish is very good. And of course, if you want to taste it and sometime you are in Barcelona or you are doing holidays or living here, we're gonna be more than happy to welcome you in Prodigi, and you're gonna be able to taste this and a lot of more dishes. We wait you here. Thank you very much for watching, and leave in the comments if you want to see or what you want to see else. Thank you. If you like the recipe, make sure to give a like, comment below if something you didn't understand or we are missing any recipe, and for sure I would like to see you on the next video. Thank you very much.